Paul and Andy, tell us what you got for us.
Well, I think what we want to do is talk to you about why we want to go back to some place we found so interesting. And you may recall Rocky Mountain Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Rocky Mountain Ranch first came across our radar when we were reading the book Hunt for the Skinwalker.
Yes.
Inside that book, there's a ranch referenced in Colorado, but the ranch is anonymized in the book. We were able to actually uncover the true location of it and connect it back to researcher Katie Paige, who was actually a child on that ranch, and a big part of her experience there is what led her to become a well-respected UFO researcher. Now, we went there and we took Katie back to the ranch the first time in 40 years?
40 years, yeah, wow. At least. There was just such an abundance of data that came out of this. We have a lot of jumping off points to go back to.
During the 2023 investigation, while exploring an area on Rocky Mountain Ranch that has been a hotspot of activity, Andy and the current owners heard the strange humming sound that Katie reported hearing as a young girl.
What is that noise? That doesn't sound like a plane or a drone. That's a pitched hum.
This led the team to conduct rocket tests. Something caused the first rocket to go wildly off course from its normal flight path.
Greg, is that it? Is that it?
Yeah, there it is.
Holy, what's it doing over here?
Wow.
This is way off course.
The second rocket failed in midair. The team speculated that this might have been caused by passing through an aerial anomaly.
It's like I hit a wall up there.
She's dropping.
And this thing tumbled.
Yes.
Yeah. Like it hit something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a noticeable bump.
All right, guys. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
How are you?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Good to
Andy and Paul have called in Skinwalker rocket experts Alan Isdell and Mike Turisic from Lock Precision to help them conduct a rocket test at the landing site, an area where they think there could be a possible portal above Rocky Mountain Ranch.
We're excited to have you back. This area specifically that we're set up on is one of the strangest from our first experiment here.
Yeah, no, the last year was, that was a very odd launch. Good flight up, no ejection charge, right? Rocket never separated, no parachute. That was not common.
And since then, we've confirmed that there's multiple sources of data that show that there's some kind of anomalous activity somewhere around here. So we've actually opted to have 2 launch sites and 2 different rockets that we're trying to launch into the same area.
The plan is to launch 2 rockets from 2 different locations, both aimed at the airspace above the landing site, where the data the team has collected suggests there could be a portal.
Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good flight. All right, watch for an event. Heads up. Heads up. Come on.
Look out.
Give me your chute. Give me your chute.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's twice. Outside of here and Skinwalker, 95% or better success rate.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Here, 50-50.
I was going to say.
Right at apogee, it's perfect, nice arc over, everything looked good, and then we should have had our chute deploy, nothing. What caused that to not deploy?
This may have been right in the exact same spot. Exactly.
I mean, here we have 2 instances separated by time, and we have very similar results.
This is weird. There's something going on up there.
Let's see if the next one will do better.
For the final launch, the team sets up their next rocket about 350 feet south at the cistern, having already targeted the aerial anomaly from the landing site itself. The plan is to launch the second rocket directed at the same area in the sky, but this time from a different angle to see what additional data it might collect.
All right, the grand finale.
We've got our largest payload, too, that we've ever flown here. So, I mean, whatever aerial anomaly might be here, we're looking at hitting it right now from a completely different angle. And by going up 3,000 feet, we potentially have the opportunity to hit it going up and then again coming back down.
Right.
That is a massive,
look at that thing.
Massive rocket. That is taller than you, Alan.
Well, are we ready to put it up in the air?
Yes, absolutely. I can't wait.
The 8-foot-tall Lock 7 rocket can reach an altitude of up to 3,000 feet. The Lock 7 is equipped with a tri-field meter, spectrum analyzer, Geiger counter, and GPS tracker. If this launch is successful, It would collect more data than any rocket experiment executed on Skinwalker Ranch.
All right, we're good. All right, let's do it. All right, sky clear.
Yes, sir.
Pads armed. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holy smokes.
Wow.
Good flight.
That is right over our heads.
We're at apogee. It's down.
Oh, shoot. Oh, nice. We got a shoot.
Wow. Whew. I'll tell you what, my heart was in my throat there for a second. I was like,
I was
Heads up.
too.
It's right over us.
yep.
It's a beautiful thing.
Still coming down right at us, though.
Make sure you got a clear path if you need to move.
You got it.
Let's see out of the trees.
Clear the power lines. She's on the ground.
trees.
2 and...
Oh,
Yep, she's on the
Yeah.
ground. All right.
Beautiful. Greg, you ready, man?
Yes, let's go.
We had a textbook launch that's going to bring back the largest payload of data that we've ever had in any of our previous investigations. Not only is today going to inform Paul and I's ongoing investigations here in Rocky Mountain Ranch, but it's also going to inform the investigations that are happening at Skinwalker Ranch. There she is. Yeah, the payload should be fine. Everything looks good.
what's the matter?
It's saying we hit 1,300 feet.
But the other one was 1,400, right?
Yeah.
That looked a
And
lot
that,
higher.
that appeared to go a lot higher.
It sure seemed like it. So that's, obviously that's completely off.
The altitude definitely seems wrong. The range, distance from launch pad to where it landed, I mean, this is saying it's less than 1,000 feet away. That's definitely more than 1,000
Looks
feet.
like more than 1,000 feet.
And that's more like half mile.
So, I mean, what is this telling you right now? I mean, the GPS is not functioning properly.
There's definitely something going on with that.
Yeah, we'll have to download the data and see.
Yeah.
So we got a clean launch and landing here, but already we're seeing that there's some kind of problems. Even with when it seems like everything has gone perfectly, the ranch seems to be interfering with our instruments once again. I mean, we just can't figure out what's going on here.
All right,
How's she look?
Oh, man. Pretty awesome.
hot rocket coming. Here you go. Looking good.
Well, everything is intact.
Awesome. Look at that.
Intact and running.
Everything's
Beautiful.
running.
Yep, fantastic.
I think we can safely say this was the single most successful rocket experiment
Right.
on this ranch or Skinwalker Ranch. Because every payload they've
Good
put up
point.
like this,
Yeah.
I think has been affected in some way.
We got our rocket and our instruments.
All back.
First. Well, wait till you hear. So we got good flight, good recovery, weird data.
What?
Yeah.
GPS data is going all over the place.
No way.
Yeah. Okay.
So what looked like a pretty awesome launch still has some anomalous readings in the GPS arena.
Yep. Let's pack up and take it back to the shop.
Sounds good.
Okay.
We called in lock precision because of the results that we just got from
Yeah.
the Terra exploration team.
I'm very comfortable with that approach. You're being led by your data. That's what we say here all the time.
What got us excited about this experiment was that we had a repeatable experiment. We put a rocket through the
Yes.
same aerial anomaly at a different point in time, but in both cases there was systematic failure of the rocket. And in this case, with the payload on board, we also had some sort of electrical or digital
I gotta tell
corruption.
You, I gotta tell you, Andy, that point is not wasted on us.
No. So we came prepared for this, which is why we launched a second rocket from the cistern, aiming at the same anomaly.
Okay.
So here's the live feed from inside the rocket.
That's, yeah, man, it's awesome. The data's working.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Yep, right here.
Right there, there's a blip. That gets my attention.
And you know, the spectrum analyzer is interesting. It had a 1.7 and it jumped to 1.4 when the trifield meter jumps.
Yes.
Now that is interesting.
I don't know what the assignable cause for that would be.
Now let's assume that this is right in the peak location that you were launching the rocket toward, this weird thing here. Before it gets to that point, you're seeing a 1.7 gigahertz signal on the spectrum analyzer. And then instantly at some point we see a burst in the EMP on the tri-field meter. You see it shift down to 1.423 gigahertz. That would mean that you had a frequency change. And since frequency is telling you what changing energy is happening, then that tells us that you went through some sort of anomalous region that would be reminiscent of a portal.
What we have found here with this return to Rocky Mountain Ranch is that this landing site could really hold the key to whatever else is happening on the entire ranch.
Great work.
Fantastic work, guys. Thank you for that.
Always good. Good stuff.